Well. Previously, we are building the domain layer or the abstraction blueprint of the whole application. At this time, we are going to build the data layer. Kind of nice to build this thing. It's a little bit difficult when you are trying to compare to the domain layer, but it's not that much complicated. I'll explain it everything clearly. Let's create our data layer. Inside our data layer, the first thing we need to build is our model and login model. Let's create our login model, that login model file, and let's create a class. Login model is going to extend login entity. Inside this, we need to build a constructor for our login model, and it's going to be super required super.email and required super.password. That's how we are going to build a constructor for our model. After that, we need to create a factory. This factory is going to help us change into our object into JSON data. That's how we are going to push to the server perfectly. Login model is going to be login model dot from JSON, going to map of string or dynamic and after that we are going to return our login model. This thing is going to be JSON data or email, and it's going to be password. Yeah. After that, what we are going to do it. Why we got the red line? Oh, that is JSON. Yeah. After that, we need to map it out. String or dynamic to JSON, and we're going to return our email. Email is gonna be email and password is going to be password. That's how we are going to build our model. But when we are building a model, that's not enough. We need to create another model for our out model. We are going to do the same thing. Let's create a class for out model, and it's going to be extend out entity. And we are going to build a constructor for out model. It's going to be super.token. That's how we are going to access it. Then we are going to build factor. Our factor is gonna be out model dot from JSON map of string or dynamic, and we are going to return out model. That's how we are going to do it. I think I missed there is something JSON. We need to change it to change from JSON into our object. That's all we need. When we are building a login model, we are going to change into JSON, and we are going to change, yeah, we are going to accept some model and change it to JSON data. That's how we are going to map it out. But at this time, we are just accept it a request from the server. But we are going to say we are not going to push data in out model. Okay. After that, we need to create another thing, data source. Data source. Okay, out remote.dart abstract class out remote is going to be tech future, and out entity login login model login model. At this time, when we are pressing the login button, we are going to pass this login model and we are going to accept out entity. That's how we are going to do the abstraction. Then we are going to class. We are going to implement this out remote. Class out remote implementation. Going to be extend of remote, and we are going to create an override. Yeah, we are going to accept this thing, and we are going to pass. Why should passing like object? We don't pass an object. This time we are going to pass. Going to be out model, I think, like that. No, out model. It's not going to be out model. Login model. It's going to be pass a login model and accept out entity. Yeah. The only thing I just miss is implementation. Let's implement this thing. Okay. If you wanna use like HTTP, let's call it out final final HTTP. We need to install HTTP. HTTP. Okay, then we need to build the constructor out remote implementation. We require this client. That's how we are going to build the constructor. And the only thing we just need is implementation. Of course, we are going to use data remote source. Most of the time, not just most of the time, all of the time, it's going to be asynchronous because we are going to fetch some data from our REST API. Okay, I'm going to show you how to implement this thing. Final http.response. It's going to be response with client dot post. When you are logging it, like we are going to post some data and we are going to accept it, we need to push it out. For post functionality, we are going to accept a lot of things. The first thing is uri.parish. uri.parish. Inside this parish, there is some URL. After that, we need to pass our body because we are going to post it. Our URL is going to be our URL to post our data. Our body is going to be our email and password to fetch those things. Of course, we are building the model JSON encode string login model dot login model where is model, yeah, dot to JSON. Then we need headers. For our header, most of the time it's kind of constant. Content type, and application JSON. That's going to be enough for our header. Okay, we are going to post this response. We are going to post those things. Let's ask a question. If response dot status code is gonna be 200, 200 means success. If it is successfully post this thing, what we are going to expect it. We're going to accept final response. Body is gonna be JSON decode response dot body. That's how we are going to accept it. That response body is going to be our token, and we are going to return out model. Out model is gonna be dot from JSON because not going to be data is going to be responsible. If it is successful, we are going to return our token and change it to a responsible. Now it's going to be changed into an object. Then what we are going to do is, if it's not successful, what happens when it's not successful? We are going to throw something else. Throw, there is create, we just create something, server failure. Okay, server failure. That's how we are going to return an error. That's how we are going to build our login. But we are going to change this thing into our dog API. I will show you after building the whole UI page. To test it out, we are going to change this thing. The next thing we are going to do is we need to implement our repository. Our repository is going to be out repo dot, because there is two repositories. The first repository is going to be in our domain layer. This one is not like that. Okay, let's create a class. Now out repo is going to be implement out repository, and we need to create an override. Before that, let's create our out remote. Gonna be out remote, and let's create a constructor for this one. Required this dot out remote. Then we need to create a implementation for our out repository. Let's erase this unimplemented thing. And what we are going to do is if you need to log in, we need to call our data source, because it's going to fetch some data from, it's not just fetching data, we are going to post some data and accept some JSON value and change into an object. That's how we are going to do it. Okay, let's try something. Final login module. Final login module. Login entity dot email, the same thing. Login entity dot password. Okay, if you try restore our login module in here, what we are going to do is final identity is gonna be. We are going to log in with login module. I think it's going to be result, not going to be out module. Right, it's going to be was on server failure. Patch is, and we are going to return left. Our left is going to be server failure. Server failure is going to be function. What happened to this one? It should work. I misspell it, just spelling error. I think that's how we are going to build our repository, and that's all of it for our data. There is the data remote source, there is the module for our login and out module entity, and there is repository. The next thing we need to do is we're going to build block injection, and we are going to build our UI in the next video. Thank you for watching us. If you are not subscribing this video, you should subscribe it if you like it. That's all I'm going to say it for you. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.